As you settle into the darkness, the softness of your bed envelops you, and the silence of the night begins to seep into your mind. I find myself drawn to the edges of the known world, where the old charts ended and the cartographer's quill hesitated. It's a place where the familiar lines and symbols of the mapmaker's art give way to the unknown, the unexplored, and the uncharted. I always come back to this one, the way the medieval maps would simply stop, as if the world itself had come to an end, and all that lay beyond was a void, a vast and mysterious expanse of nothingness. The cartographers of old would often mark these edges with warnings, phrases like "Here be dragons" or "Terra incognita," a stark admission that they had reached the limits of their knowledge, and that all that lay beyond was a matter of speculation, of myth, and of legend. And yet, it's precisely this sense of uncertainty, this feeling of standing at the threshold of the unknown, that draws me in, that makes me want to linger, to explore, to imagine what secrets, what wonders, what terrors might lie just beyond the edge of the map. As you drift deeper into the night, your eyelids growing heavy, your breathing slowing, I'll take you on a journey to the edge of the world, to the places where the old charts ended and the unknown began. We'll explore the stories, the legends, and the myths that grew up around these uncharted lands, the way they captured the imagination of sailors, of travelers, of dreamers, and of scholars. You would have heard tales of the sea monsters that lurked in the depths, of the lost cities that lay hidden in the mist, of the mystical lands that promised riches and wonders and enlightenment. And it's these tales, these stories, that I'll guide you through as we venture beyond the cartographer's era into the unknown. As you drift into the darkness, the shadows cast by the faint moonlight outside begin to take on a life of their own, and I find myself drawn to the edges of the known world, where the old charts ended and the mysteries began. The cartographers of old would often mark these boundaries with a simple phrase, "Here be dragons," a warning to those who would venture forth into the unknown. I always come back to this one, the way the words seem to whisper secrets to me, of a time when the world was full of terrors and wonders. In the 15th century, the Portuguese explorers would push the boundaries of these charts, sailing further and further into the Atlantic, searching for new trade routes and untold riches. They would return with tales of strange lands and exotic creatures, their stories fueling the imagination of those who remained behind, and you would have heard the whispers of a new world, full of possibilities and dangers. The edge of the map was a place of fascination and fear, where the familiar gave way to the unknown, and the rules of the known world no longer applied. As the ages passed, the edge of the map began to recede, slowly at first, and then with increasing rapidity, as explorers and cartographers worked tirelessly to fill in the gaps. But even as the known world expanded, the allure of the unknown remained, a siren's call to those who would venture forth into the darkness. And it was here, at the edge of the map, that the darkness seemed to coalesce, taking on a life of its own, a presence that seemed to watch and wait just beyond the reach of the flickering candlelight. The last known coordinates, a point of reference in a world that was rapidly expanding, yet still full of mysteries and terrors, a reminder that even in the most mundane of times, the unknown was always lurking, just out of sight. In the silence, the sound of a pen scratching on parchment seems to echo through the centuries, as the cartographers of old carefully marked the boundaries of the known world, their careful script a testament to the power of human curiosity and the enduring allure of the unknown. The darkness outside seems to press in, a physical presence that cannot be ignored, and yet it is in this darkness that we find the true power of the human spirit, a spark of light that flickers to life, even in the most desperate of times. As you settle into the darkness, the mind begins to wander to the edges of the known world, where the old charts ended and the unknown began to whisper its presence. The cartographers of old would often mark these boundaries with warnings of sea monsters and uncharted territories, a testament to the fear that lingered beyond the reach of their quills. I always come back to this one, the way the edges of the map seem to fade into the silence, like the last wisps of a forgotten dream. The farther you ventured from the familiar shores, the more the world seemed to unravel, threads of reality snapping like the fragile lines that bound the parchment to the frame. In the 15th century, the Portuguese explorers would push beyond the limits of the known, their ships disappearing into the horizon as they searched for the fabled routes to the east. You would have heard the tales of Vasco da Gama, who braved the Cape of Good Hope, and the whispers of the unknown that awaited him on the other side. The darkness that lay beyond the edge of the map was a palpable thing, a presence that seeped into the bones of those who dared to venture forth. It was as if the very fabric of reality grew thin, allowing the shadows to seep in, like the chill of a winter's night. The old charts would often depict these regions as voids, empty spaces that seemed to swallow the light, leaving only the faint outline of a distant shore. And yet, it was in these voids that the imagination would run wild, conjuring tales of mythical creatures and lost cities, hidden from the prying eyes of the outside world. The silence that fell over these regions was almost palpable, a heavy stillness that seemed to weigh upon the heart, like the pressure of the deep. As the darkness deepens, the edges of the map begin to blur, and the world beyond the known begins to whisper its secrets, a slow and gentle descent into the shadows that fall silent. As you drift towards the edge of consciousness, the boundaries of the known world begin to blur, and the mind's eye wanders to the uncharted territories that lie beyond. I always come back to this one, the notion that there existed a time when the world was not fully mapped, when the horizon was a frontier that beckoned explorers and cartographers to venture forth into the unknown. The old charts, yellowed with age and cracked with wear, would often simply end, a stark line marking the limit of human knowledge, beyond which lay the vast expanse of the unexplored. You would have heard the whispers of sailors who spoke of seas that seemed to stretch on forever, of mysterious currents that could sweep a ship off course, and of hidden shoals that waited like predators in the darkness. In the great libraries of Alexandria, scholars would have pored over the works of ancient mariners, searching for clues to the secrets that lay beyond the edge of the map. The Phoenicians, master navigators that they were, had left behind accounts of their voyages to the farthest reaches of the known world, tales of distant lands and forgotten seas that would have sparked the imagination of even the most skeptical of minds. And yet, despite these accounts, the edge of the map remained a place of mystery, a threshold beyond which the world was said to drop away into the abyss. The medieval cartographers, with their elaborate illustrations and intricate calligraphy, would often decorate the edges of their maps with fantastical creatures, beasts that defied explanation, and seas that seemed to boil with an otherworldly energy. As the darkness deepens, The silence is almost palpable, and the mind begins to wander to the lost expeditions that set out to chart the unknown, their ships disappearing over the horizon, never to be seen again. The echoes of forgotten seas, whispers of a time when the world was a more mysterious and awe-inspiring place, still linger, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always a sense of wonder waiting to be uncovered. In the stillness, the sound of a pen scratching across parchment, the gentle lapping of waves against the shore seem to blend together, creating a sense of continuity, a thread that weaves together the past and the present, the known and the unknown. As you sink deeper into the darkness, the world outside your window fades away, and your mind begins to wander to the farthest reaches of the known world, where the old charts ended and the mysterious horizon beckoned. The cartographers of old would often mark this edge with warnings of sea monsters and uncharted lands, a reminder that the world was still a vast and mysterious place, full of secrets waiting to be uncovered. I always come back to this one, the way the imagination would run wild with tales of what lay beyond the edge of the map, the whispered stories of hidden treasures and untold riches that only the bravest of sailors would dare to seek out. The age of exploration was a time of great discovery, but also of great uncertainty, as men like Ferdinand Magellan and Juan Sebastián Elcano set out to circumnavigate the globe, facing countless dangers and challenges along the way. You would have heard the stories of their journeys, of the mutinies and the storms, of the strange and exotic lands they encountered, and the fantastical creatures they claimed to have seen. The maps they created would often feature fantastical illustrations, dragons and serpents, mermaids and giant squids, all serving as a reminder of the unknown terrors that lay in wait for those who dared to venture into the unknown. As the years passed, the edge of the map began to recede, slowly but surely, as more and more of the world was explored and charted. The sea monsters and mythical creatures gave way to more mundane, but no less fascinating, details of geography and climate. And yet, even as the world became a more familiar place, the allure of the unknown never truly faded, the mysterious horizon remaining a siren's call to those who would seek out the secrets that lay beyond the edge of the map. The darkness outside seems to press in around you, a reminder that there is still so much we do not know, so much that lies hidden in the shadows, waiting to be discovered. The world is a vast and mysterious place, full of secrets and surprises, and as you drift off to sleep, you can't help but wonder what lies beyond the edge of the map, waiting to be uncovered. As you drift towards the edge of consciousness, the world outside your window fades away, and the mind begins to wander to the unseen borders that have always fascinated us, the places where the old charts ended, and the unknown began to seep in like a slow-moving fog. I always come back to this one, the way the ancient cartographers would draw a line, a literal borderline, beyond which lay the unexplored, the uncharted, and the unknowable. The terra incognita, as they called it, a land of mystery and terror, where the rules of the known world no longer applied, and the imagination was free to roam. In the medieval period, this unseen borderline was often marked with warnings, dire prophecies of sea monsters and mythical creatures that lurked just beyond the edge of the map, waiting to snatch the unwary traveler. You would have heard stories of the kraken, the giant squid that could drag a ship down to a watery grave, or the sirens, whose song could lure a sailor to his doom. These tales were meant to frighten, to keep people from straying too far from the safety of the known world, but they only served to fuel the imagination, to spark a sense of wonder and curiosity about what lay beyond the edge of the map. As the ages passed, the unseen borderline began to shift, to move outward, as explorers and cartographers pushed the boundaries of the known world, mapping the coastlines, the mountains, and the rivers. But even as the map expanded, the sense of mystery and awe remained, a reminder that there was always more to discover, more to explore, and more to fear. The edge of the map was a place of transition, a threshold between the familiar and the unknown, where the rules of reality were stretched and distorted, and the imagination was free to roam. And it's here, in this twilight zone, that we find the darkest and most fascinating aspects of human history, the stories of those who ventured into the unknown and never returned. As you drift towards the edge of the known world, the cartographer's hand grows uncertain, the lines and symbols blurring like the memories of a forgotten dream. The old charts, worn and yellowed with age, seem to whisper secrets of the unknown, their parchment surfaces crackling with an otherworldly energy. I always come back to this one, the Carta Marina, its intricate illustrations and cryptic notation, a siren's call to the mysteries that lie beyond the reach of human understanding. The year is 1516, and the world is a vastly different place, the horizon stretching out like an unfurled scroll, waiting to be inscribed with the stories of brave explorers and hapless souls who dared to venture into the void. You would have heard the tales of distant lands and mythical creatures, of sea monsters and hidden treasures, the whispers of which would have drawn you like a moth to the flame to the edge of the map, where the abyss of the unknown yawns like an open mouth. The Portuguese, with their sturdy ships and fearless hearts, had been pushing the boundaries of the known world for decades, their voyages a testament to human ingenuity and the insatiable hunger for discovery that drives us all. But even they, with their advanced navigational tools and seasoned crews, could not shake off the feeling of trepidation that gripped their hearts as they sailed into the unknown, the silence of the uncharted waters, a palpable presence that seemed to weigh upon their very souls. And yet, it is in this silence that we find the true allure of the abyss, a siren's call that beckons us to step into the void, to surrender to the mysteries that lie beyond the reach of human understanding. The darkness that lies at the edge of the map is a palpable thing, a living, breathing entity that seems to pulse with a malevolent energy, drawing us in with its secrets and its terrors. A reminder that, no matter how far we may venture, the unknown is always just a step beyond the edge of our perception, waiting to reclaim us. As you drift towards the edge of consciousness, the old charts unfold in your mind, their yellowed parchment and faded ink a testament to the bravery of those who once ventured into the unknown. The lines that marked the boundaries of the known world grow fainter, the cartographer's hand hesitant as it approaches the void. I always come back to this one, the way the medieval mind struggled to comprehend the limitless expanse of the ocean, the terror and awe that gripped the heart as the last familiar landmark disappeared beneath the horizon. The edge of the map, where the sun dips into the sea and the stars twinkle like ice chips in a dark glass, was a place of mystery and dread. You would have heard tales of sea monsters and mythical creatures that lurked in the depths, their existence a reminder that the world was still a vast and uncharted place. The old charts whispered stories of forgotten islands and hidden shoals, of treacherous currents and unpredictable winds that could dash a ship to pieces on the rocks of the unknown. As the darkness gathers, the mind begins to wander, lost in the endless possibilities that lie beyond the edge of the map. The silence is almost palpable, a soft blanket that wraps around the world, muffling the sounds of human endeavor and leaving only the faint whisper of the wind. In this quiet, it's possible to imagine the countless souls who stood at the edge of the unknown, their hearts filled with a mix of fear and wonder as they gazed out into the void. The world may have changed since those ancient charts were drawn, but the allure of the unknown remains, a siren's call that beckons us to explore, to discover, and to push beyond the boundaries of what we think we know. And as you sink deeper into the darkness, the edge of the map fading into the distance, you can't help but feel a sense of connection to all those who have come before, their footsteps echoing through the ages, a reminder that even in the stillness, we are never truly alone. The darkness deepens, and the world slows its pace, leaving only the gentle lapping of the waves against the shore of the unknown.